Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to have a conversation around free-range chicken and caged chicken. Yes, you already know that I keep chicken in my backyard and my chicken are not entirely free-range. I have received a lot of advice, a lot of backlash, a lot of pure hate and so many other comments on that video where I have showcased my chicken coop. And it's probably the most watched video, my most watched video on YouTube. I'll link it in the description. And so this conversation draws a lot of emotions from both farmers and consumers. And so today I want us to go through the pros and cons and the advantages and disadvantages of keeping your chicken free range and keeping your chicken caged or half caged, like mine are not entirely caged. But let's speak about it. Let's have this conversation. If you have any opinions, whether good or bad, just leave them in the comments. We'll be going through them and probably learning a thing or two, because I believe everyone has something new to learn. So when it comes to chicken, the best way, if I had land unlimited and resources unlimited, I would have kept my chicken purely free range. But here are the pros of keeping your chicken free range. Number one is animal welfare, and these are the people we've had arguments over and over with on why I caged my chicken. So animal welfare enthusiasts and activists argue that we shouldn't always keep our chicken free range without having them keeping them in a cage, so that they can just be free. Yes, you grow healthier chicken, you grow happier chicken, they can scratch outside, they can bask in the sun, they can forage for their food, and yes, that's a good thing. And all factors held constant, I would have kept my chicken like that. And so that's pro number one of keeping your chicken free range. Pro number two is that you get healthier and tastier meat. Yes, if your chicken feed on a variety of nutrients from foraging, and also if you're feeding them, they get tastier and the chicken tastes better. Free range chicken tastes better. That's not an argument we can actually have. They taste better, and also they are lower in fat, so they are healthier for the healthy food enthusiasts. So free range chicken have a healthier meat, especially if they are pasture raised. It doesn't make any sense if you're going to let your chicken be free range and then you're feeding them the same thing caged chicken are feeding them. It will not make any difference. If your land is all bare, it's all soil and everything, yes, they'll bask in the sun, but the nutrient range is still the same because you're not providing them with pasture. But if you're providing them with pasture, or your land has pasture, it's green, they can forage the greens, your chicken are entirely pasture raised, yes, they taste better and they're healthier. Pro number three, it has environmental benefits. Chicken waste can actually fertilize your land. If you're going to farm it later, it's going to be more fertile. But this one ranges on so many factors. It must be well managed for it to make it environmentally friendly. On the other con, it could actually be destructive to your environment because it will eat all the ground cover, and then erosion is another cause. So yeah, that's a con. I'm not yet with the cons, but yeah, that's a con. So there's also lower disease risk when it comes to free range chicken, especially the diseases that spread very fast, like viral diseases. They spread slower. It doesn't mean they won't spread, they will spread, but yeah, they are less riskier if it's free range. But then again, there's also another con that we'll look at when we reach at the cons. Yeah, so that's all the pros I had for this video when it comes to free range chicken. I know there are many more, and you can actually put them in the comments so that all of us learn. So let's look at the cons of free range chicken. So the cons of keeping your chicken free range. Number one, it's land intensive, it's space intensive. So you require a significant amount of space for you to keep your chicken free range. You need more space, and space that you're not utilizing. So if you're growing food, if you're gardening like I do, I have no luxury of keeping my chicken entirely free range because they'll destroy my garden and then the whole point will be out unless I'm just keeping chicken. So if you have enough land, if you have the luxury of having enough land, you can actually fence your garden. You can also fence the space where you want to free range your chicken, and your chicken will be happy. They can go everywhere. So it's land intensive. Number 2, it's high labor and management. You have to monitor the birds, you have to look for the eggs where they are laying, you have to protect them from predators, you have to maintain the pasture, which is more work in the end. So if your chicken are pasturist, you have to really manage them to make sure that they just don't destroy the pasture and then tomorrow they don't have anywhere to feed. You also have to fence and also keep eye on predators like eagles. There's no way you're going to fence. So if you have chicks and they are free range, there is the risk of eagles eating them. There is the risk of eggs being eaten by other predators. There is the risk of wild cats, wild anything could just be predator on your chicken if they are not caged. Then the other thing is exposure, the weather. So if your birds are entirely living outside with no housing, they'll be vulnerable to rain. When it rains, they'll be rained on. Can you imagine if they are brooding and they don't have a house? So they are just not going to be comfortable, and the extreme weather is going to affect them. And also, we've already talked about predators. The other one is inconsistent production. If your chicken are free range, you really cannot control how they are going to lay. They cannot be laying uniformly because you don't really know which chicken are sick sometimes. You will not be able to isolate them because they are living with each other. So really there's going to be a lot of inconsistencies in your chicken. The next is biosecurity and risks. If your chicken are free range, you're not going to be able to control diseases like flus and other viral diseases. They're just going to spread. But if you're caging your chicken, there is a way of controlling that. But then also the other thing is because they are outside, they are interacting with wild birds, and the wild birds bring diseases from wherever. So that's a higher risk if you're keeping your chicken entirely free range. I know you will find people arguing that it's healthier to keep them like they don't get exposed to diseases because they build their immunity if they are outside. That's a point we can argue about, but entirely the biosecurity is lower if your chicken are free range. So that's it for this video. There's going to be a part 2 of this video where I talk about pros and cons of caged and semi-caged chicken. Look out for it. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Also leave us a thumbs up. You know, statistics tell us you view our videos and you've not subscribed. Like the last time I looked at the analytics, it was 78% of all of you viewing my content have not subscribed. So please, it costs you nothing. It's free to subscribe. Please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this video. And always remember, if you have a vision, add some passion. I'll see you in the next one.